About Ijesa case. Well, simply because I was very much involved in the matter of Mr. Olanrewaju James Obeyenka, the actor, who is being in police custody for quite some time now. You over allegations of criminal sexual peccadillos, charges, the legal advice of the DPP that came out against him included defilement, molestation, and all that. I think like 5 charges. Before May 17, he had been in the custody of the police at the State Criminal Investigation Department or Bureau at Manti, and efforts have been on to get him out on bail, and there were efforts to retain him there. In our considered view, when I say our, I'm talking of myself and the radical agenda movement in the MBA. We firmly believe that according to the law, the gentleman was entitled to bail. And we joined forces with other people campaigning for his release on bail. And I'm talking of activists like Mr. Kehinde Ahedo, a comrade, and of course Mr. Yomi Fabi, a colleague of Baba Ijesa. He's also an actor. And we went on the blitz, both legal and media. Even after meeting with Baba Ijesa at the SID Panti, in all the course of this interaction, I saw him twice before the bail was given, and once after the bail was given. I saw him last May 18, 2021. At the SCIB Panti. So people have been asking, is the gentleman out? But those of you who will be following, you will recall that around May 21 or May 20, an interesting document purported to issue from him, even whilst in custody, came out, where, though it was an unsigned document, but it was accredited to him by some lawyers, some other 2 lawyers, saying that he didn't know me, he never engaged me, and that whatever we have been saying, because we are quite critical of the role of the police in this matter, that they are not true, and that that particular release stated some people, some legal practitioners as his accredited lawyers, and that they are the ones who truly represent him and all that. You kindly also recollect or recall that I think a day or 2 after that, I brought out a notice. I made a broadcast on Facebook Live where I said that he dare not, I will not join issue with him or with another person until he comes out from custody. You will recall that I informed that even though emissaries had come from him to me on this matter, that come to me on this matter, claiming that that statement was unfortunate. It was just attributed to him and all that, and that one should consider that he is in incarceration, and as such, he was under a lot of pressure, and so to try to get himself out. That was after the bail had been granted to him, and that I should understand. Shortly after that, we'll call him an Ewi exponent, popularly known as Ologundudu, came out with an Ewi or a poetry, Yoruba poetry, where he was castigating me and praising these other lawyers. They have made false allegations, quite untrue, wild allegations, quite untrue about me. To the effect, I heard that they said it was one Iyabo, and one of the people against Baba Ijesa who hired me to escort to his freedom, and that I also demanded 500,000 naira and all that from his family members. These are I say wild, very wild allegations, you know. But despite all this, I kept my cool, and like I informed one of the broadcasts, about 5 or 6 people had a telephone conversation with me that I should not go all out against him for the reasons stated above, and that they believe that by I think is it May 21 or 22 that he will be out, and then issues can be joined. But there was no way we could join issues with him now, because in spite of everything, the gentleman is still incarcerated. Is still there, incarcerated, and so it will be to give the facts of my engagement with him. Is still not in a position to debunk same. Is still being in custody. Despite this situation, many of his fans in the country, outside the country, publicly, privately have been calling on me to intervene, to still do all within my powers to get him out. But how do you do that? How do you want to do that? And the idea is that I should forgive him, and that's the main reason. Well, I'm now talking. This idea of forgiving, somebody will say, despite the fact that we've been begging you on this matter, you refuse to relent. It's not. It's not a matter of not relenting. Incidentally, the gentleman, and I'm being sincere, did not offend me. He's a normal Nigerian, typical Nigerian, with our general attitude of compromise on vital issues for immediate gain and safety and all that. So that's not the issue. The only thing is that why I would not step into the matter, except he comes out and by himself engaged me, is that some of his very, very deep sympathizers are friends that be engaging me, and he insisted that his family members should see me. He has family members, at least has siblings, going to split siblings, and I spoke with at least one of them, a lady. If you want us to come in, that was about some days past, come over and see me and instruct us documentarily. We didn't see them, and even the people facilitating the meeting themselves, they are surprised, if not embarrassed. The much I can say are two things. One, he's still in there. He's still in there. And the story has changed from, oh, he was not granted bail, to he has bail now, but he has to fulfill the condition. And what are the conditions? From what was publicly known as stated as, and truly, as a level 10 officer, the new condition is that I should be a level 16 officer, and of course that the head of service will have to a level 16 officer in the civil service, and the head of service will have to write a letter. I think they have been at it for some time now, and that's why the gentleman is still there. But there are some details behind that, and consistent with our position that in this country that has turned, if not to an outright jungle, but to a semi-jungle, you need a lot of fight, because there's a system collusion, an elite collusion, a class collusion against him. I'm not vouching for his innocence. This is not a matter of whether he's innocent or not. He's yet to have his day in court. But some things are not right, and some other colleagues feel that well, you can appease leopards of power. But whether that can be done in the jungle and among human beings, it's not it's agreeable. Certainly the answer is no. So, and if you want to fight, you have to fight rigorously, courageously, very seriously and trenchantly. And you will have to engage the powers to be in the profession, both at the bar and the bench. I have no problem with that. Absolutely. I have no problem with that. But what of the person that you are championing his cause? What of the person you are championing his cause? Is the liver there? Is the heart there? Is the integrity there to back up this kind of a titanic struggle? Somebody told me that the American forces won't mind going back the enemy lines to retrieve a fallen comrade, a colleague, for the honor of the homeland. But they will never do that for somebody who is passive to be a traitor. And that's quite instructive. So for those of us who are pleading, remonstrating and begging me to get back into the fray and withdraw, I've explained to you why for now I cannot. He's not out. He has not sent people to me with documentation. His relatives that are not in jail, they are yet to show up. I think the strategy and the understanding is that let's play with the system, let's cooperate with the system. Somehow God will touch their heart and the needful will be done. I pray that their method succeeds. I pray that their method succeeds. I don't have confidence in that method. It's not the style of our organization, it's not the style of our chambers. But people have the right to elect which way they want to go. There are some interventions that you do without looking back, because the interest involved, you can be very sure of them that they will not repudiate you. This is not the situation in this is not the situation here. And so, gentlemen, ladies, especially ladies outside the country, who call on behalf of this man, and even inside the country, who appeal to me almost daily, I want you to understand. I'm not offended, but we must not cry more than the bereaved. I want to thank you for your kind attention. Bye for now. If it comes out, yes, and instruct us and repudiate what it was said of him that he said about me, and then we can come. Otherwise, no way. Bye for now.